So what if Google went back to its roots and actually gave us the kind of flagship that most of us are missing? As yes, if you were a fan of Pixels for their small size, we might have good news for you. If the battery on your iPhone is getting drained by iOS 16, don't worry, you are not alone, or maybe you should. And as we're getting closer to the new OPPO Find X6 lineup, rumors are starting to get pretty interesting. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if we could switch Wednesday to Friday, wouldn't that be great? Except for the fact that this is iPhone week, so that's not a good idea. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with GoPro, since they just announced their new camera lineup, the Hero 11 Black and Hero 11 Black Mini. And by the way, the Mini version is a completely new device that has a redesigned compact size and no display. Now, despite their differences in design, both cameras feature the same hardware and capabilities. This year, the company is adding a new larger sensor that will allow both cameras to take 10-bit 5.3K video at 60 frames per second and 27 megapixel still shots. The new sensor will also enable 8:7 aspect ratio for video, giving users more flexibility with the option to create vertical shots for social media. GoPro is also debuting a new feature called Hyperview, which will make videos look more intense by making every shot look faster. Again, both cameras will then come with 3 night effect time-lapse modes that will make it easier to capture star trails, light paintings, tail lights of vehicles, etc. From the battery department, both models will feature the Enduro battery that provides better performance, especially in colder temperatures. The GoPro Hero 11 Black will start at $500, while the Mini starts at $400, making the Black version that much more compelling. Now let's switch to OPPO, because we have more details about the upcoming Find X6 lineup. And by the way, quick reminder that I posted my long-term experience with the Find X5 Pro, and I'll be linking to that. Anyways, the new Pro model is expected to be powered by the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and the report also mentions that it will arrive with a 2K display, a camera with a 1-inch sensor, and feature a custom Silicon image processing chip as a standout feature for its Hasselblad camera, meaning that it will probably have one of the best cameras in the market once again if they pull it off. On the other hand, the base model is expected to have a new 1.5K display, stick to this generation Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and will most likely have a version powered by MediaTek in certain regions. Also, it's reported that the company is planning to upgrade the Find X5 by giving us a new version with the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and well, that's interesting. Hopefully that version will have a really good price tag, because if not, then the Find X6 will obsolete it pretty quickly. Finally, the new series will most likely be available in February, so stay tuned. Moving on, let's talk about Apple, because there are several reports from users about issues with iOS 16. In case you've been living under a rock, Cupertino finally rolled out their new software update for the iPhone as expected, and many users eagerly downloaded and installed the update. I've been using the beta since day one, and well, only 2 days later, many people have taken onto Twitter to report that iOS 16 is draining their battery, and many often are suggesting not to update. What makes it even more worrying is that some of these users are claiming that their battery goes down really fast without even using their phone, which did happen to me with the beta, but it's not as bad after the final update. Others are also claiming that after installing their update, their battery health is also decreasing. Thankfully, it is unlikely that the battery issue is here to stay. Installing a new version of any operating system triggers a lot of stuff in the background for indexing and recalibration of the battery, and usually it takes a week for the software to learn your patterns. I'd say give it a few more days, but we'll see if Apple does anything about it too. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Google and some rumors about a possible new Pixel. When the Pixel 6 lineup was launched, people had divided opinions about the size of these devices, mainly because we were no longer getting the smaller Pixels. Historically, the company has pushed many small screen devices, and those were some of the few flagship tier phones with screens under 6 inches on the market for their time, and obviously that time is over. well, according to a report, the company could be working on a small screen flagship. We just don't know which version, but the device could have a center punch hole design on the front, and the back design would match the pixel generation that it might be planned for. The report also claims that the codename is Nyla, though that sounds a bit off because it doesn't match Google's codename patterns, which are usually animal names. Honestly, Google going back to small flagships sounds interesting, but we would recommend you taking this with a grain of salt, as well, there are several examples that the market trends don't indicate it's a good direction, but then again, you get the iPhone 14 Plus, which proves that that's not necessarily the case, but then the Mini contradicts it, so it's kind of hard. If rumors are real, we're still many months away from its launch, so let's wait and see if it ends up happening. But in today's question, let us know, would you want a smaller Google Pixel? Because in my case, I would. If they could pull off, a decent flagship with better battery performance that the Tensor's not necessarily providing, and price it adequately, I think that would be a good move. The biggest problem is that, I don't think the iPhone 13 mini or 12 mini were well priced. Same case with whatever other mini phones we've had, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me not want a weekend for the first time ever. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.